Well, Tom, we're overflowing with talent here on this server, and it looks like there's about to be a tsunami of attackers coming in towards FPX. G2 are going to be kicking off on the attack of Ascent, and I want to know, what are your expectations for them coming on into this map?
I think this one is going to be an interesting battle, because I think that Zipan in particular on a Sage was something that I always enjoyed before he made this sort of move to actually go over to the KO. It was something that, it was the main agent I think was working for him, especially on the attacking side. They would basically just go for really high-paced B-takes using this wall. So I'm excited to see what they're going to do with it on the defense. It seems like almost a counter in, just knowing what was going to be on the other side and almost risking a varied comp to try and get it through. And also, you just got Xiao and Jet, which, as we've already seen, they don't allow him to play this because it's not fair on everyone else.
Exactly. Yeah, you might not know that. And seeing him here on Ascent, certainly a lot of potential that can come out of this guy. Hyper aggressive position out of him right away. You notice pushed right down on middle, tucked in. He's going to be smoked off, but that's probably going to make Xiao go forward. Already see him step into the smoke. He's considering the push into middle. Trying to feel out the timing that's at play. See if they maybe try to go into the smoke and take that space off him. That's exactly what they're going to do. And he spots that. Need to fall back quickly, though.
Oh, Angel's shocked up, but it's almost just a bait. Try and get them to move, but he's done a lot of damage to even the remaining couple of players as well. Information there, and the initial push has been shut down, and just look at this. It's a 1-2 punch. You got the paranoia waiting, but they're not even going to expect this crossfire to be there. Zipan, he actually just decides to swing. He was going to hide in the corner, but he's walled off the other side of that push. Just a disgusting setup coming out of FPX.
Gotta come into this one with nothing. We just look at, interestingly, it's Hoodie that's taking out the scoped weapon now. Oh, that might make its way into Mixwell's hands now. He's you know, typically you'll see it being the Jet,
well,
as we're seeing in Xiao. You know, typically be your Jet playing it. It makes sense for Hoodie though. This guy was historically he played an AWP in CS:GO, and then an operator as a Jet on the first, I'd say, 6 months of Val that he played, and then started to diversify a little bit more. We're definitely liking the look of him nowadays. Right here, though, that Marshall didn't yield a whole lot of results, as we noticed. Mixwell has recovered it. They've yet to really get any opportunities, even still.
Yeah, I don't think anybody was going to fall for that trick. Just making sure that no one had managed to cross. Yeah, I still remember Hoodie when we initially saw him on Giants, and I think some of the first games he had, he barely got any kills with any other gun other than the Marshall. It was just unbelievable with the gun, and just ended up using, I think it was on Icebox, we just watched him wrecking people with it. But yeah, and around like this, it's mainly just orb farming for the side of FPX, trying their best to make sure they don't give too much away. Mixo, it looked like he had almost a free opportunity, and while Angel is going to fall, Saigetsu's still here with a pretty nasty setup, and it's only going to be the one player loss. Not the end of the world.
So they don't need to save up for the op or anything. Like, there's a great bunch of potential. But instead, it looks like FPX make the call that, hey, Angel's just going to play with the pistol. Look at this guy go! But he's only good for one. That's a little bit of a letdown out of Mixwell. Luckily, Hoodie's following it up. The side's going to be G2's. Ooh, I like that.
Trying to get shot. He actually did a lot of damage. Zipan got tagged to hell from that. Obviously going to heal himself back up, but hey, it's not bad. Still, though, trading back and forth, you have to remember this is a huge bonus round. As you said, there's a lot of finances still available for FPX going into the next round. Angel didn't really invest anything here, so one more kill, and this is a very good round for them.
They've got the potential to find another. You can notice nothing's being given away, but G2 are just staying tucked in. Eventually, they got to leave that site, though, or go down to the spike, and I think FPX will be very happy to play a contain strategy. Oh, that's not good. Recon not going to find anything. Just a waiting game.
Last player standing.
He's trying to wall them in.
I like that.
Speaking of grotesque.
Here we go. We love to see it, but no value to be found from that Odin, at least on the initial hold from Angel. This is going to be a play towards the A site. And there's the tag up. The trap wire already finding its first victim with Mixwell down, but Evolva snuck in. Trades come in G2's favor as they claim control of the site. Now a plant can be found. FPX have a couple of surprises up their sleeve, though. You know, Angel's about to have his recon back online, and that's where we can see this Odin coming through for some value, maybe.
Last player standing.
Oh, Zipan actually manages to find that kill. Now, sure, you have the afterplant Hunter's Fury, but instead they're just going to try and wall him off, and they're going to make it really awkward so that he can't actually peek without completely swinging back around. Zipan is such a ratty little player.
Left. And so it's pistols backing up just a couple of investments, a Guardian and a Bulldog, most notably, a few pieces of utility.
Get out of my way.
And you hear the rattle of the Odin on the other side of the map yet again. This is going to be a consistent play from FPX, but it's not where they're going to find the opening. Instead, that's going to be an attempt by Xiao, but now he's stuck in the corner, stuck in pizza. Looks like he'll get out of there, though.
Yeah, a little bit uncomfortable a start. Of course, the buy on the other side of things has a few rifles, but I think the main threat is meant to be that Blade Storm. Zipan, it's got to be annoying. Like, they've done damage to him, so I felt like they have to have some idea that he's just sat on top of this wall on the other side, Angel's holding his cross with an Odin. I don't think anybody's going to get behind Zipan. He's fairly confident at this stage, and will even go back for the fight. Going to win it as well. Just hitting everything that's put into his path. We've heard this squad previously called Zipan Go Kill. I didn't expect to see it return anytime soon.
Well, at least one player will be dropped for G2.
Spike.
Yeah, you can see he's not even looking to plant just
seconds
yet.
left.
He's got to try to find some of these players, right? There could be someone still on the site. The flank could be underway. But at this point, as time just delays on, they have closed in the distance. And Angel will fall. The Odin now on the floor. 15
Cam's
seconds
still
left
there.
for Nukia. Recon to play with. And they're still
Just
not
walking
killing
into
though.
everything.
No one was there to take him down. The problem is now there's someone right up above, and 5, 4, no time left. Yeah, you have to stick it or, well, stick it and die, or just die at this point and think, you know, FPX, solid start, and it ain't even run into the Odin just yet. What is it going to be able to do? Well, Angel was not set up for it this round, so that's very unfortunate. The one time they actually come towards him, he's not ready for the play. Oh, Sagetsu's down. The Odin's got to hold strong, and it's already tagged up. I think the Hunter's Fury might have just caught him, and that's a double peek. That is not easy to face off with that big old gun. This round might just be done before it's even started.
Yeah, and the credits on some of the players aren't actually that high up opportunity for Xiao, but he's not going to connect. Maybe if he had a different operator skin, he'd have more of a chance rather than whatever that is, an old school television. Probably doesn't see things clearly through it. That's what the issue is. It's actually just all pixelated and... See, he couldn't see him. That's why he gets the hit.
36 HP left. The Odin spam's going to be tough now for Mixwell.
Oh,
And he's going to
no.
have to deliver with it. Oh, he's down already. The drop coming into play. Meadow
No.
didn't even hear Zipan coming down behind. And Nukia will try his best to get in here. He's got to stop the defuse. Chunks are through. One. There's the second. It's not going to get it done. The heal underway. And they can't get the defuse.
Oh.
Not in time. He's run down the clock just enough to get the clutch.
The fact that Zipan still comes out of that with 4 kills. And by the way, because he died to the spike, it didn't actually count as a death. So he's still 13-1. He did it for the KD. That's all it was.
Oh, yeah. That's the play. He's still only been taken down the ones technically. Hunter's Fury coming through. There's a tag. Meadow and Mixwell both hit, and Meadow will be finished off. A big blow dealt by Angel, and he's not even on the site. What's Betty doing? He's in the open, caught unaware, and now they've seen Sagetsu as well. Oh, they've recovered that one. Oh, have they? Evolva has something to say about it, and this guy's been remarkable so far.
Yeah, there's always an Evolva clutch somewhere in a series. It normally comes with a ninja defuse, but unfortunately, he's not on the right side, so he gets to his neural theft, though. So all his sneaky play, his plans of confusion have gone completely out the window. Still has a couple of shadow steps, so might be able to try and fake him out a little bit, but realistically, gonna walk straight through, and because there's someone within the smoke, they know that he's going in the other direction, or at least has the idea. There's always a cam! The man always has a cam somewhere to catch you out. So Vova just every single piece of information. But he's landing the shots. That was damn close. 11 HP for...
Got completely blindsided on backside. They saw Sagetsu, and if Mixwell wasn't like 40 HP when he took the fight with Sagetsu, the round might have went a completely different way altogether. And you got to put credit down to Angel's Hunter's Fury for doing all that initial damage. Now, Vova, he didn't quite clutch out the last round, and he won't be clutching this one.
No, Xiao's just decided to go walkabouts, and the worst thing is they've now just walled it off as well. So there was never any opportunity for a trade. Means that maybe they won't be caught out in the late round by that PC utility, but I think that's one of the things I've enjoyed so much from this FPX squad. It seems like every single little piece of utility has played such a massive part. Like, think about Angel's shock darts, the amount of damage that they've done. But just look at his Zipan's walls as well, and don't even get me started on Saigetsu and his damn cams. Man's always watching.
Yeah, he's been very patient with them. That's the thing. He's just not using them in the early round, playing the round like it's a normal game for the most part, and then sitting in the cam till they walk out, not giving the sound cues.
Revealing area.
That's a good recon. Good information.
30 seconds
Angel should be
left.
quite cautious here because he knows he's up against the pistols.
One enemy remaining.
He's got teammates to back him up. Very nicely handled.
So it might be able to at least grant them some space back into the site, but in reality, a lot of the retakes that we've seen on the other side have been very good as well.
I like the early battle here. Shock dart onto the slow orb, but it's, again, sort of faking it out. If a player's there, they'll be damaged, and that fight will be very easy to take. But for the most part, you're telling your opponents, hey, guys, we're not going to push this. Hopefully someone swings out a little wide, a little unaware. You're able to blindside them that way, but what happened in that time around? Oh, Angel's waiting. No, that's such a good read. He just counts to 5 in his head, fires away.
Right here.
Oh, that's nasty. And with it being a Guardian as well, like, look how low Hoodie is.
Spike drop.
Yeah, and of course on their side of things, no opportunities for heal. Here comes that lockdown. Now, it's not going to clear the corner, but you expect there to be a nanoswarm of something that will get rid of that position from Saigetsu. Xiao actually looks to try and fight into it, incredibly low on HP, and there has to be something to maneuver him. No, instead, he's actually just going to use his own cages and manage to escape.
The Hunter's Fury coming through to try and at least push these players back, allow the space for a plant to come through.
30 seconds left.
Oh, Angel!
Oh my god!
He lit Hoodie to 10 HP through a wall. Now he's taking down Meadow. There goes Nukia. This round is starting to fall apart a little bit. At least a good step up by Hoodie, but with his low HP, we gotta look to some of his teammates to maybe make this happen. Xiao's even back online. And they have plenty of time still, not feeling rushed whatsoever. Xiao maybe was. Gone diving in, spotted one at least. The jump through the smoke reveals Mixwell up close, but the kill's coming quickly and in favor of G2. It's a Vova again.
Being a 5v3 scenario, so fair play. They managed to hold on in a round that just really didn't look like it was happening. Still, though, the economy on the other side of things is going to be fine. So, again, we're going to see Xiao try and challenge into mid, but they've just been using their drone and other piece of utility to basically clear out these spots quite easily. Like, I don't think he's had the success other than maybe the round he pushed short versus pistols.
Well, the aggression from Hoodie will at least take a little bit of space back. It's going to force these players out of market and keep 3 stacked up on B. This is good for the moment, but G2 need a move. You already notice Xiao's starting to move. He's crossing over, moving to the A site. If they don't move quickly on G2, they're going to have another player to contend with, another player with an operator. In fact, that's a good spot by Batty G, but he's not able to convert. Getting out of there just about the wall, giving him the cover he needs. The operator's here to cover. Now, Zipan isn't even distracted by Mixwell. He's solely focused on the players coming through, but Mixwell uses that to his advantage. Xiao with the Blade Storm up close in the smoke. Does Mixwell expect it? That smoke not going to be there much longer. Cloud bursts through on the other side. Mixwell's waiting for it. He wants to catch them off, but they give him the space to punish. They expect that someone's maybe waiting on the other side. A great read, and now the follow-up can be there. Nano Swarm to buy a little bit of extra time, but the clock is not that big of an opponent right now. They just need to take these players out of the positions, the same positions that they destroyed this retake from before. Look at Hoodie and Meadow, and then they've got a Vova way back to provide that extra cover. Now time starts to be a little bit of a problem, but with Hoodie left alone, it is not. That was quick as could be, a lightning fast retake at the final hour to give them that round. 7 on the board. That's a devastating.
Is that he can forget about that he just seems to perform unbelievably. Don't get me wrong, he's incredible at KO as well, but it just seems to be the Zipan show whenever he's on this age.
Yeah, I can see that.
Never mind.
The Zipan show has an unexpected conclusion here.
Intermission. It's the intermission.
A little bit early on that one. Yeah, it's a halfway through the season finale. It's the worst. Oh God, that's not a pretty fight. Tracers being shown and everything, easy as can be. And 3 versus 5. Now, Tom, this round, you know, it wasn't the best for G2. They came in with pistols. They came in with practically nothing. Or a few upgrades, and now they're walking out for now with a 3v2. An operator on the retake for Shao. Well, it's perfect for that fight, I guess. This is starting to get a little bit scary, to be honest. I thought G2 had this one locked in. No, don't you do it.
I love the optimism. With horrific weaponry, still managed to win it. And Mitch, are you looking at Shao's gun?
You know, I've seen it, yeah. Oh God. Oh my God.
Never mind.
A quick double, but now Shao's opportunity to shine. He's gonna go forward all the way, in fact, but Nukia's waiting, catches him. And so the site will be theirs. The lockdown pending, ensuring that. Valiant attempt. We thought maybe Shao might take the cake, take our focus in that round, but remarkable entries again from Mixwell. And it goes to show, this guy really is, he's point of contact. He's first guy in, he's taking the space again and again. And you can see how, if there's an operator on the other side, that's really tough for him. He's gonna lose a lot of those opening fights just to get the space, you know, whenever the drone and stuff is gone. But his success rate on these entries is just insane.
So I get to no utility, not that there's really much to play with anyway, and 3 players just waiting for him to try and make a move. It isn't going to be happening. I think that's one of the things I've really...
Not helpful. No, I agree with you. I think that realistically, with some of these shots that Mixwell's hitting as well, we're seeing a better version of Mixwell than I think we have in the past, and no doubt someone that has a lot to prove. Okay, this is an aggressive stance, and it's worked perfectly. Great control coming out of G2. Although FPX, they're able to fight back a little bit. Angel even catching them off guard on that mid play. Zipan able to use that to his advantage. And the chaos, well, it breeds a favorable advantage for FPX. Avova, though, he's been spotted. But he's seen Angel. Great shot down to just a sliver of health. Angel will be dealt with as the wall or the door closes and Zipan plants. That's info for Avova. He is a... There's the steps. Zipan heard the steps. He knows exactly where he is. He's going to do a nasty wall. I thought he was going on top of it, Tom.
I think for a second maybe he did as well. In fact, you can see Avova's just like, where is he? I don't believe it could be this obvious. Oh, I thought for a second he might have a shadow step to get on top of that one, but instead he's just going to have to try and break it and give himself an angle. I like the fact that he's put the dark cover down just to give him a little bit of extra space, but Zipan is just so damn good. Great. That was it. He's the last Fabrica member.
Yes, I think you're right. Well, we're diving on into this with G2 on pistols. Don't expect much from them. This should be a nice, quick, and clean one for that attack. Take a look at what they've given themselves to work with. And that Marshall on Shao means a much, much slower round. He is going to be hoping that he's the one to grab contact, catching someone rotating or something like that. But the minute 15 left on the clock, they realize maybe it's not going to happen. Maybe these guys aren't going to peek mid on the eco round, you know? I guess the hope was they'd do something like the pistol, that they'd push down mid or something, but now you got to try and make your own opportunities. And the problem this late in the round is that you don't know if you're running into a stack. But as we can see, FPX have got a completely open B side.
Yeah, there is another Fabrica member actually in the server, just it's Meadow.
Of course, yeah.
So there you go.
I think Meadow and like Giants,
Neodeads,
yeah.
Shadow, Zipan, and Latex.
Oh, this is dangerous for Nukia. Being pushed up close. So even though he gets that headshot, it's the full shields on the other side. They just don't give it down. They keep on going.
Mixwell opportunities, but again, it's crossfire. That was clean from Avova. I don't know if he has any idea that Zipan's still in this corner, and the turret isn't going to clear him. They are probably expecting the remainder of these players to just be within the sight, and he's just still sat here. Finally, he'll get cleared, and they are making this costly and winnable.
Player standing.
Oh, Meadow is, yeah, definitely got a chance, an opportunity. Oh, and if you had to hit that first shot, 50 HP on Xiao as well.
And to make sure that they have weaponry for the next round, so not going to over risk anything here. And this is one of the main things that you'll see from Hoodie pretty much every round. He's looking to try and take this B control, and will do that using the fragment. Just grants him that extra space. Xiao is very much disrespecting that. Well, he'll get a bullet to the face. Are they even going to expect Mixwell to be here? Well, oh, he actually shoots it for his teammate. So they have no idea if this spot is clear. Oh, they're going to drone it.
Yeah, they're going to see it.
Down B.
And there you go, forced out into the open, forced into combat. Very nicely handled round. And it's looking like it will indeed be flawless. 9-6, closing it.
Or at least in the positions that matter. I am waiting to see whether or not they're going to go for that aggressive mid take. It's something I've basically been waiting for, just to try and split through middle. They tried it a round ago when they only had the pistols. Does look like they're edging in that direction once again.
Standing ahead.
UK trying to cover this off. Now I said this was like the old school strat. Xiao though has already found that opener, and now they're just going to fall back and be patient for a moment.
Well, here we go. G2 about to have pressure on both sides, but it's B main that's weaker. Only Sugetsu on his way through.
Oh.
They've won both of those fights.
This is the exact execution that, as said, when they used to run this composition with Sage, they would run every single round, or a lot of rounds, because it's so difficult to play against. You can't play passively back towards the spawn, because that player instantly gets walled off, and you might be thinking, oh, they could just spam the wall. It's like, yeah, but by that point, they've already taken full control of the market. Then you just have that player lurking back towards B, so that while everybody's focused on the other direction, if someone takes B main, the lurker will probably get that kill. And it just gives you so many more angles to try and fight in towards that B site. It also means when you go to the after plant later on, you have so much more control if everybody tries to retake that angle, because the wall's not going to fade if you're quick enough. So it's one of the main perks of having a Sage on this side of the map. I wouldn't say on attack there's a massive amount, and then again, like, you could hold it for after plants to try and lock off areas, but for that take in particular, it works very nicely.
Gorgeous stuff. Those weapons are going to be saved over. It's going to come still on 2K. That's quite a nice safety net for G2 to play with, but being this far behind, you're definitely hoping that you don't have to rely on that.
Yeah, I guess the problem is they won't have another Blade Storm, so it's not like the play will be full. Okay, just see you later. I guess Mixo goes, well, there's a gun for me to play with. Flash is good, and he does actually get out of there and tries to elevate back up. They've even got a paranoia to leave the players up top mid completely blind. After what was a horrific start to the round, that's a really good resurgence from G2.
Absolutely, the fumble's being recovered. Now we look at FPX. They've got to come up with a response. Very good early mid fight that leads to absolutely nothing, and in fact a disadvantage. They're going to start to move towards the A site. Plenty of Killjoy utility waiting for them there. And of course, Avova as well. This is the first man you're going to deal with. He's caught with his smoke out. That timing. Now they smoke the cross, get over towards the side, and look at this. Meadow doesn't know where to play from. There's nowhere to hide. Even gets revealed. Oh, God.
It's close, but it's not quite a kill. And now this retake becomes more and more difficult. Null command is available, but realistically, they're going to want to try and find a kill to get them back in. And while Hoodie has got one, turns it into a 1v2 scenario. And Sugetsu just no respect. Straight, can I afford a judge?
Mixwell's glass cannon, Avova's playing with light shields. This is a very, very tough round to play with. But...
Okay. Well, they know where they are. All except one, I guess. And now they double know where they are because they found extra information from the scan. It gives Mixer an opportunity. The thing is, though, he doesn't have the same freedom as he normally does. As you said, there's no shields available. He can't continue to take as many risks. Still going to be going for it, but now covered off. Now, there is going to be an alarm bot to at least deny them that space. But as I said, this Sage War execution is really difficult to play against, especially when you have minimal utility and not a lot to really retake with if it goes wrong.
Oh, we're hitting 45 seconds left, and FPX, they've been dancing around on middle for a couple of seconds now. Eventually, got to dedicate themselves towards an angle. Evolva seems a little bit cautious about where he's putting that smoke down from. Wonder why.
Yeah, the worst thing is he still gets pinged by the drone, so he can't even use that one-way. Hoodie going to be isolated within this site, needs some support, needs to get something done as he's pressured. Nice couple of shots, though. Lines them up, but still his teammates fall around him, leaving a stinger on the edge of this smoke. Not ideal. The timing could work out, but round the corner they go. Still a trade back in their favor. The cross to the site just about working out, but they have to go for this plant, and I wonder, are G2 going to try and pressure this?
Oh, actually, FPX are pressuring, and Xiao goes up top, takes one down. There's the op from Mixwell, though. Glass cannon it may be. Meadows there to close it out, so it doesn't even matter. 7 rounds for G2 now found, and it's on the back of another pretty shaky buy coming into things. No shields on Mixwell, 2 weak weapons. All in all,
More so Meadow, like to get a kill with a Stinger and then just run back through and insta-kill Xiao while using a Spectre. Those are a big couple of kills that ultimately turn the round.
Most definitely.
Here.
You know, you can do everything right. You can set yourself up for success, but still delivering in those moments is the most important thing. And having Hoodie, you know, grab that double kill as they come onto site was just outlandish. Perfect 2-bullet spray. Get something like that at just the right moment. You know, that's your lifeline. You're not going to get many of those. You've got to deliver on the back of that. G2 know that, you know, it's not easy. They're up against a full buy that has a res to play with as well. So even in a world where Mixwell gets aggressive and finds an early pick, they can res that player back up unless it's going to be Zipound that goes down, which, you know, rarely ever happens.
Yeah, it's not been often. Definitely a little bit more when it comes to this attacking side, but wow, it's understandable. Still though, 40 seconds up and coming on the clock. You can see the fragment is available, and Hoodie's almost just holding it to try and deny them as the push comes through. There's also paranoia for Evolva as well. They have an awful lot of delaying utility, but still, Zipan's just walked in and got the opener, and then the dash through is almost just a distraction, allowing Angel for the second. That execution, I feel like should have gone far worse, but it was just clinical from FPX.
Yeah, gorgeous stuff as they walk on in. Now for G2, saving these weapons is the right choice. I think it's pretty fair to say. Remember, these players have their economy on the rocks a little bit, but the problem is they've got to win 5 in a row if they want this one to work out. You know, assuming that they don't somehow 1v5 clutch this on the other side of the map. I think that's a safe assumption, but an assumption nonetheless.
Is Meadow gonna swap his ult for from the shadows and somehow defuse? Like, I don't really know how that works out. And well, Xiao's even just gonna invest his Blade Storm just to make sure that he's Oh, he was up there.
Yeah, I've seen some really nasty Sage walls as well. They just keep, you know, every time I think I've seen them all, another one comes out.
Were they on the Grim YouTube channel?
I saw them on TikTok, but, you know, it's spread over there as well. Just becoming a better player, no matter where I go. Tron's gonna come back in a sec. Just hasn't seen Evolva. He's up close, good flash, but, you know, I do really like that. The fact that they used... I'm almost thinking, did FPX use that drone to bait that out? No way, right? Because even the flash play, maybe the Hunter's Fury, I don't know if you'd expect them to pop that, but it was a really good reaction by G2. Of course you expect. They're following the drone. They've just seen that no one's there. They've cleared wine. Why wouldn't they be following it? So you get a perfect opportunity. You either kill them with the Hunter's Fury or tag them, or your teammates kill them while they're flashed. Instead, they've gone back to B.
They've only seen Saigetsu. That was the thing. He made sure he was the one to fight the drone, so they can't really risk the rotation. They do have to from the shadows, but Xiao is already through Now, the lockdown might make things a little bit more awkward. In fact, they're going to have to break it, which they will use the ultimate just for that. And they're able to try and clear out this site. Xiao is just on a tear. His 4th kill already in the round, and he's going to ace it to close out map number 2. The matches they win are